What's up, this is Vincanity, and today I'm hanging out with Ghost from Lionz Of Zion here in West Hollywood. Today he's going to be teaching you guys a little concept on how to get creative with your movement.
What's up guys, Bboy Ghost here. Today we're going to run through a concept that we created in 1995 called the Million Man Style Freezing Concept. And I want to do my best to break it down to you, so let's get started. So the Million Man Freeze concept is just a really cool technique for you guys to create level up on your rounds. It starts with very basic, but then it can get very complex as you master the idea and the concept of it itself. The basic breakdown of the concept is just like any movement that you have can be used as a freeze. So usually when b-boys freeze, you consider a freeze as a baby freeze, air chair, hollow backs. Those are just the b-boys freezes in general, but you can take any movement, any position, and use it as a freeze. And the freezes can be from up posing, from down to your knee, all the way down to the floor. And for me, there's 5 levels. The air, jumping on the air, just doing like a weird freeze. Standing position, come down the knee, on your hands, and then actually on the floor for it. So you can take actually 5 different levels and create levels of freezing from all those levels above. And the freeze can come to anything. You know what I mean? Your freeze can just be like a b-boy stance, you know what I mean, like a point, you know what I mean, or just like a freeze of that. It can come from any level, from any part of where you are. So with that being said, let's start with some basic concepts, and then later on I'll show you something more complex. So in simple terms, we're going to take a couple movements and we're going to stack them together to make into a smaller combo. Any freeze can do. You can up pose, I mean freeze, you can freeze, like anything could be a movement. The point is just to get the certain movements and transition it down and make it interesting in a way. So let's say I want 3 freezes coming to, right? This is my first freeze that I'm coming in my mind. 1. And how do I get into the second freeze? So I want my second freeze maybe to get to this point. 2. Maybe I want my third freeze to get into something like this. 3. So the fun part of it is actually creating interesting ways to get into those movements from a certain point on, right? So if I did a basic breakdown of, let's say, like a basic move, how I do 1, drop 2, drop 3. So that's 3 hits, 1, 2, 3, which is 3 freezes put together, and you can do continuously until you get like 100 freezes together. But let's start simple now for 3 freezes. 1, 2, 3. So that's just the beginner stage, the 1, 2, 3. The question after this is, how do I make that move more fun, more interesting? How can I make movement connection more fluid, more crazier? So in the next couple steps, I'll show you guys like a more intricate version of this type of freezing. Let's say this is your up pose, right? And in movements, you can be varied for anything. It doesn't have to be straight b-boy. It could be influenced by popping, locking, kung fu, just movements in general. I'm a very abstract type of thinker, so I would do something like just per se, do a round, get up, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, ha, 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 ha. 1, 2, 3, ha. Alright guys, so now you learned some of the Million Man style concept. I guess the next step is for you to actually test it, try it out. Start with 3 freezes, work in those freezes, and then make it more complex. Another good idea that I would highly suggest is actually start writing your moves in books. This is a great way for you to bring new ideas to the table, moves that you think might be worth it, or moves that you can't do at this point but you might want to do in the future. Just write your book moves down. So my first book started with like very small, simple, basic moves that I created. And then after about 3 or 4 different books, my moves became more intricate. It got more longer, like I got more crazier moves, and everything became more crazier from there. So I would definitely suggest writing books down, getting your ideas there, because you have it on paper. You can always reflect back years later and read through your book and then say, oh my god, I got this move right here that I completely forgot about. And you can complete so many amazing different moves from there, because your mind has grown after years, and the books will reflect on what you're creating at the time. The dance is more of an individual thing, so I would like to see more creativity out there, more people just dancing, being themselves versus being a copy of someone else. One last time, this is Bboy Ghost from the legendary Lionz Of Zion crew. Be creative, stay fresh, don't be a biter.